Hey, how's it going? I'm Mike Washington from New York Fight Exchange, MMA, premier MMA organization in New York.
Sweet. So Mike, talk to me about the next event you guys got coming up.
The next event is March 15th. We're going about 18 bouts right now, looking great. Amazura Concert Hall in Jamaica, Queens. Huge facility, 25,000 square feet. We're really excited about it.
And it's the second card you guys are putting on, right? We had the first one.
Right.
What was it? It was a great card.
It was October 4th.
Yeah.
Believe the Hype, NYFE won. Yeah, we had a great card again. I think there was about 14 bouts there. Got some great press. You know, had some UFC fighters in town. You know, just making appearances and hanging out with the fans, and we put on a great show. And now we're going with our second installment, March 15th. It's on a Saturday this time, so we're going to try to make it a little easier for people to get down there.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, we got some great camps involved, great fighters, big title fights.
Yeah, talk to us about that. The fighters that you're putting on the show. Where do you pull them from? Getting in touch with the different camps, the different coaches, and getting it all set up.
Absolutely. You know, I've been involved in MMA, some form of martial arts. Me and my partner Thomas Gonzo. We've been involved for years in the martial arts business, whether training, coaching, whatever. I also referee and judge as well. So I come across a lot of camps and fighters, you know, for the last few years. And when we decided to put this together, what we really wanted to do is, you know, we've been involved with so many fights that we were able to, you know, we really want to raise the bar, really focus on put the attention on the fighters in the gyms. We see people doing some shows before us that, you know, some succeeded, some hadn't. So we saw some ideas that might have worked and might not have worked, and we just wanted to, you know, put it all in there. We reached out to some of our friends and people we worked with in the past, and put this fight together. And luckily, and you know, by the grace of God, I guess, you know, the first one was a success.
It was awesome.
And thank you.
I think it was above, and that's not, there's nothing personal about this, but for New York, I mean, I wasn't because I didn't know what to expect. I've seen, you know, the platinum gloves, which was, and again, no disrespect to everyone's running the platinum gloves, but, you know, it was a little, I think, a little disappointing with some of the turnouts, and I think everything from the matchmaking to the setup, I think you guys provide a real professional atmosphere, which is the biggest thing I see, is providing a professional atmosphere for amateurs to fight on, to be able to get them used to what it's like to fight in the ring of combat, or to get on a bigger stage, to go to the UFC, do all those kind of things. Was that kind of the intent behind it? Did you mean for that to happen?
Exactly what it was. We said, you know, we could skimp and just try to turn a quick flip, you know, make some quick money. Yeah. You know, we could rent a big hole up the road, save some cost.
Yeah.
And you know, and again, me and Tom, we sat down, we said, you know, let's put our heart and soul in this. You know, it's either we're gonna smack a home run or strike out. You know, we're gonna do the best we can. And you know, the big thing was, we want, like I said, attention on the fighter, attention to detail. We want to make sure that when fighters come, you know, you got to realize, you know, like I said, 15 bouts, let's say 30 fighters. Some of those guys are going to turn pro. Some of those guys will never fight again. Some guys are just been training and want to see if what they have will you know, transfer over into the cage. So we said, you know, while they're here, while they're in our venue, we want the fighters, the fans, the sponsors, anybody who wants to purchase a ticket to be able to come down and feel like they're at a major show. You know, we got the full bar going, we got food, we got lights, lasers, smoke, you know, we got the whole nine. We got a huge full-size cage, 25-foot cage going. Yeah. You know, so like I said, for that time frame, you know, for the guy who's fighting that one time and just to get it out of his system, see if he's been training hard, and his coach is giving that green light, we want him to be able to feel, like I said, his family and friends, and really feel like they've really, you know, reached that goal that they've been striving for. So you know.
Yeah, you guys definitely have hit that mark, and you know, you brought up your referee, that you have the experience in the martial arts, and that's a big thing I always like to see with the promotion side of things, of knowing the people that are running the show have had experience in the martial arts community. Otherwise, it could just be someone putting it together, not really knowing what they're trying to accomplish or put together. How much have you seen that kind of help you in not just put the fights together, but in matchmaking and understanding, relating to the fighters, and just getting the whole thing kind of set up?
Yeah, it plays a huge part in it. I mean, like, I'm not going to throw names up this. There are some other promotions out there that don't have the experience that we have in that field. And like you touched on it, you know, it reflects on matchmaking. It reflects on just the way, you know, the way the camps that do want to work with you. You know, you have more understanding of the weight cuts that are involved, the work that really is put behind. You know, we've always said, you know, we're not going to be like the Puff Daddy of promotions. You know, I'm not out putting my name. Hey, look, I'm here. You know, we play in the background. The stars of the show are the fighters. You know, you guys are the ones that are training your asses off. You know, doing all the hard work and heavy lifting, and the coaches. You know. So yeah, I think that's what it is, you know. And like I said, a lot of these guys relate with us. They know that if I call them up and, you know, I'm doing the matchmaking, and I call them up and I say, listen, I think this is a good fight for you, blah blah blah. You know, it's a big, you know, obviously we're looking at some stylistic matchups. You know, some guys, like I said, less experience, more experience, the obvious given, you know. But you know, they take more of your word. They know you're not just going to go out there and you're just trying to fill a fight, you know. I'm again not trying to come off cocky. We don't have a problem filling a fight card. Some of these local fight cards struggle to put 5-6 bouts together. You know, you come to my card, we're looking right now, like I said, 18 fights. You know, I try to get around that 20 mark because, you know, from our experience, people are gonna get hurt, people are gonna get injured, medicals, whatever. You know, we're sanctioned by the WK, World Kickboxing Association, the largest and most powerful sanctioned body allowed in New York for combat sports. You know, they require full blood work, ensure fighter safety. You know, we're held to the highest regards as far as, you know, doctors are on site, EMTs, the ambulance is backed up to the building. You know, just in case, God forbid, somebody does get hurt. You know, minutes could save lives. So
it is fighting, exactly. That's something I wanted to talk to you about too. Is like, you know, we're talking about New York and that the fact that we're being able to put on, you know, that you're able to put on this show. Talk to us a little bit about the logistics behind it and some of the ways you get to have a sanctioned body come in, make this fight, and actually have like the fact that you guys do have blood work, that you do all these things. Talk to us a little bit about having the WKA come in and what that's like and
you know,
what it does for the show.
You know, prior to the Pataki ban, you know, there was that loophole where the amateur MMA was allowed to come out with one of the pre-approved sanctioned bodies, WKA being one of them. Again, WKA is the only sanctioned body in New York allowed to do pro combat sports such as kickboxing. Glory, the biggest kickboxing promotion in the world, comes to town. It's a WKA show, you know, and they're top notch. You know, some promoters might avoid them; they're a little more costly for the promoter. But like I said, it's fighter safety. That's where I'd rather spend money on there than anywhere else. You know, it's about, you know, we reached out to the venue, Amazon Concert Hall. It took us a good 6 months to find a good venue. You know, we were looking around, meetings. You know, we wanted to be, like I said, it's either a home run or striking out. So we found a beautiful venue. The place is huge. A great place, great crew over there. The managers, they're really MMA fans and really want to be a part of it, which goes the extra mile for us. You know, makes our lives a little bit easier on that side. We don't have to worry about them. Like I said, we reached out to Brian Crenshaw at the WKA, president, who again, me and Tom Sconzo officiate for. So we have that good relationship there. That he knows that he's not going to get involved with some shady promoter. You know, he knows it's on the up and up. And again, there's no favors done between WK and New York Fight Exchange. We have to submit the same exact paperwork, license fees, you name it, we do it.
You gotta pay all that. There's the fees, like you said, that come along with it. But
absolutely, it's not the cheapest thing in the world to do. You know, I think you know, there's cheaper alternatives out there, but again, it's not worth the chance. You know. I want to know that, you know, the last event New York Fight Exchange won, we flew up referees and judges and Brian Crenshaw of Virginia from Florida, you know, and that's an overhead that you don't want to take on at all, you know, something you would want to avoid, but not in that sense, you know. I want to make sure that my referees are in there doing the right thing, you know, everybody's safe as possible while they get punched in the face,
yeah,
you know.
As best you can be.
You know, the judges, I've been to shows where I see the judges are, you know, promoters' brothers and this one and that one and cousins and friends and or they're training partners with one of the competitors, you know, like.
It's a conflict of interest.
Huge conflict of interest, you know. And for example, like I said, I'm a referee and a judge for combat sports as my partner, and you'll never see us refereeing or judging in WK at our events, even though it's a WK event. We hold certifications from them. You'll never see me walking around, even though I'll go and hang out with these referees and judges when they're not at my event.
Yeah.
You know, you'll never see me walking around and schmoozing them and, hey, what's up? How's the family? Because again, it's conflict of interest. You know, as a referee and a judge, they have no bearing on, you know, who sold the most tickets, what, as a promoter, who sells the most tickets, who promotes the event. The referees and judges have nothing to do with that. We keep them completely separated. They're there to do one thing, make sure that the fighters get a fair shake. You know?
That they're safe, and that's why I think that you guys can be the premier and are the premier promotion, because you're taking in that consideration. You're protecting the fighters, you're protecting yourself, and you're keeping it professional. Even though, like you said, it goes a little bit extra mile, it's a little bit extra cost. But again, you said a key word, investing. You're investing in the promotion and the fighters and keeping them healthy. And we appreciate that and respect that. And at the end of the day, you know that you're not going to get screwed from a matchup, because there are some local promoters that will say, all right, we're just going to match this guy up for either to pad the record, to make an easy fight. But you guys refuse to do that, like you said, because you're spending the money and you're taking the time to put the right people in. And the fact that you have such a wide variety of fighters to pull from, a good pool to pull from because of the connections, provides for such a better card and a better matchup. And that's what I think I look forward to for coming to those fights, and what everyone should look forward to. You know what I mean? So talk to us about kind of like the plans with not just this fight, but going forward, what you guys want to do with it, and where you kind of see it moving forward the next 2 years.
You know, right now we were locked in at the Amazon for 4 shows through this year. You know, we're trying to commit with them. Again, we can get out if need be. We're going to focus again on that. You know, just keep building that event. We have some other events going on that are pending. We don't know if they're going to pan out, but they should be big for us and big for New York MMA. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of people talk New York MMA, but I think, you know, it's cooler on shirts for some people than to really be involved. You know, some companies and some gyms and such might not want to get behind the push for it, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to put on our show regardless. You know, we have some great involvement from some great gyms. You know, Long Island MMA, they helped us out with fighters. East West MMA, Henzo Gracie's been a huge supporter of ours with their fight team. Striking 101. I mean, I can go on and on. Great camps, and we're very appreciative. You know, we're just going to keep moving forward, keep pushing the pace. You know, obviously our goal, you know, if professional MMA comes to town, I think we put ourselves in a great position to be able to flip that switch. You know, ideally, I personally would like to do pro-Ami cards. I still want to put focus on amateur fighters. I think, you know, New York has such a deep pool. You know, I tell some people all the time, if you think about it, New York Fight Exchange was going on 5-6 years ago, let's say. Think of the talent that could have possibly fought for us.
Yeah.
I mean, the Weidmans, LaFleurs, I mean, you name it. I mean, I can go Ali Quinta, Giovanni, you name these guys. I mean, the talent that's coming out of the Northeast region, in the tri-state area especially, is insane.
It's incredible.
You know, so in theory, if we continue with this amateur card, you know, again, 3-4 years from now, I mean, I have guys with Philippe Carlos, my 145-pound champion, he's fighting Long Island MMA's Rob Scotty. It should be a fantastic fight. Philippe's already said that this is going to be his last amateur fight. He's turning pro. I believe he's fighting at the Ring of Combat after, you know, if he competes on our card. Yeah. You know, and that's what it is. You know, the downside of obviously doing an amateur card is, you know, these guys, you're going to work with them, they're going to build their careers, and they're going to be gone. But that's honestly what we do want. You know, we want them to, while they're in town, have a good time, fight in front of your family. You don't have to take that 4-hour commute down, you know, down to Jersey Shore.
That's exactly it.
Enjoy, you know, have a good time, and when you're ready to make that goal, you know, I'll help you. You know, I mean, anything we can do. You know, like I said, I mean, I have some experience in pro fighter management. You know, I've helped fighters locally, you know, get fights and, you know, not making anything on. It's not about that at times, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I think that sticks out. At the end of the day, you keep coming back to that point. If you want to help the fighters and promote and build, and that's where I think building up the rapport and the credibility as much as not just saying, okay, I want to make a quick buck, I'm going to try and do this for the now. It's the long term of where you're, even when you take the money out of the equation, it's more about developing, building fighters, and that's where that, I think the pool of talent has been able to come from, because you have people that are going to work together, not just in training and saying, oh, I need to get work here with this guy. So I'm going to help you push to get to that next level. And like you said, understanding that, all right, even though these amateurs might